hello. Welcome, guys.
Hi,
Welcome to
hi.
my YouTube channel. So wonderful to have you guys here again. And as promised, 2022, I'm going to be more consistent with my content. And drum rolls. Today I have the very special Kay in the building. Zoop zoop. Bruh, bruh, bruh,
Hello,
bruh, bruh,
everyone.
bruh, bruh,
How
bruh.
y'all doing?
We good.
Hi,
We
hi, hi.
Gucci. Gucci. Even better with you over here. Welcome. Thank you.
You're
Uh,
welcome. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. Appreciate
you're
it.
most welcome. You're most welcome. So, Kay is of Comac Tech. I'm gonna let you do us an intro about what you're about and things that interest you, and then we'll move on to the topic of today.
Okay, hi, everyone. So Comac Tech is just a basic IT company. We love everything IT, whatever. Once it's IT, we're into it. So at the moment, we're all about that social media marketing, digital marketing, IT consulting, help desk, procurement, all of that. So
And
we try to
SEO. Don't
branch out for.
forget
Oh
SEO.
yeah, search engine
Optimization.
optimization. I'm
Oh,
not gonna leave that out.
oh,
Yeah, so
yeah.
basically, if it's digital, we're getting involved. We are there. So basically, that's us right there.
Yes. And where are you based and what kind of projects do you manage? You manage projects internationally or just within a certain environment, certain region?
Oh yeah, so at the moment we're based in Nigeria, Lagos, but we plan on expanding. So yeah, so we don't just keep our clients only in the country. We have international clients. I think that's part of the beauty about IT. The internet now, you can be international. So we have clients in Switzerland. We've got clients in other parts
Oh,
of the
you too.
world.
Eh?
Yeah, so
Got so
yeah, we
fast
just
now. Show us the
yeah,
way.
we just
Yes.
please, we
2022,
are
we want
learning
to
from
see
you.
you with
We are
the big
learning from you.
boys. We want to see you with the big boys this year.
We're trying to
Yeah.
be the big boys. We're trying to be the big boys. A
Amen.
client at a
Amen.
time.
Don't
A client
forget
at
me.
a time.
Okay, guys. So
So,
on social media, you can find Comac Tech. It's at Komak Tech, TECH. Comac Tech. Go and follow, guys, and patronize, and your business will never be the same. It'll be awesome. Oh,
thanks.
you're most welcome. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about, guess what? Squid Games! Yay! Amazing. So, if you haven't heard of Squid Games, if you don't know about it, forget about
Yeah,
it.
it'll be really difficult for somebody not to have heard about the Squid
As
Games. I mean,
in,
like,
you must be.
it'll be so hard because considering even for me, somebody like me, I don't even like movies that they are lip syncing, and
Yeah.
this one I could barely even tell. So it was just I was sold from episode one, so it's
Mm,
really going to be hard for you not to know about Squid Games.
exactly. Like everybody's been talking about Squid Games. So like if you don't know about it, you must be under some kind of rock somewhere. And so anyway, I also was bad. I didn't. I was like, not peer pressure. You're not gonna get me. Not. So I stayed off it, not on purpose per se, but I finally watched it like back to back last week, and I was like, oh my god, I've been missing out. Oh my, and it was so amazing. I
Yeah.
really loved it. Yeah,
Yeah, but you still got to know about it though. Like, I mean, even without
exactly.
watching it, you knew about it.
Yeah, for
So,
sure, for sure, for sure. In fact, I even wanted to use their costume for Halloween last year, but I ended up doing Corpse Bride.
um,
And one of my really close friends, and she's also my colleague at work, she ended up wearing the same outfit, and I was like, what? What? How can you steal my outfit? She's like, no, you're stealing my outfit because I told you about it. I was like, no, you didn't. I don't remember that. Anyway, I ended up being Corpse Bride. If you guys know this Corpse Bride movie, cartoon or whatever from the past. But yeah, I wanted to also do Squid Game or Money Heist. I was trying to decide. But anyway, Corpse Bride won. So yeah, back to the topic of today. Okay, for those of you that are still dulling, that still are like, Squid Game? What is a Squid Game? What is a Squid Game? Oh, yeah, for you. But anyway, cause we're gracious, we're gonna tell you, we're gonna like let you come sit over here with the big boys. Yeah, normally you cannot sit with us, but we're just gonna have some mercy upon you. Okay, now, Squid Game is South Korean. Yeah, something good coming out of that place for us. Awesome. I mean, is that what anime is from as well? Where's anime from? What's anime something? Is it Japanese or what?
Um, yeah, I think those are Japanese. Those
Mm-hmm.
are mostly
Anyway,
Japanese.
yeah, people are usually addicted to like all the kind of stuff from that region. But and then recently there's been like a rising of like Korean stuff on Netflix. Everyone loves, like, a lot of girls I know are like into Korean stuff. I haven't really jumped on that
Yeah.
yet. Yeah, so Squid Game was such an amazing addition to like the trajectory that they're on. So anyway, it's a survival drama, and it's on Netflix, and it's by this guy called Hwang Dong-hyuk. Yeah, so that's that. Um, what else is there to say? Okay, let's just also inform you guys that Squid Game is Netflix's most popular show ever. Ever, 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 ever. Forever, ever,
True
ever, ever,
story.
ever, ever, ever. Yes, forever, guys. Forever, ever. Yeah. It literally reaches 142 million households in 94 countries, guys. 94 countries. It did that in just 1 month,
Wow.
right? It's been the most successful launch of Netflix ever. Ever, ever. Right. So
Interesting.
moving,
Interesting.
yeah, it's quite interesting. Yeah, it's a very rad success rate. Um, so that being said, it's a survival drama series, and of course, survival means like obviously trying to survive, like trying to stay alive, right? um, we're gonna move on to like what our favorite characters were and why. And okay, I'll let you, I guess, just give like a brief overview of what actually happens in this Squid Games. What is it? What is it really like? We said it's survival,
Um,
but like, yeah, what exactly?
well, by survival, I think it literally means surviving. Like you are
Bruh.
trying to stay alive. Literally,
Yeah.
I before I watched the show, I was thinking the same thing. Survival. How extreme can it be? It is as extreme as can be. So basically, it's
Yeah.
a bunch
Yeah.
of how do I describe them? A bunch of adults going through adulting, so to speak, but in the worst way. Everybody's got their own adulting problems, and then they just pick the ones who are just like, you
The
know,
worst financial way. Financial specifically.
yeah, like
Yeah.
you have major financial problems, and your ethics are probably out the window if you ever had any, or if you still have any left. They just try
Mm.
and take advantage of you. So they take you all up to this secluded area where they've
So
built.
before we go on, can I just
Yeah.
like list out like the types of financial issues that these people had, the key actors, right? So there was one that
Okay.
was a divorced chauffeur, and he was a gambling addict. He lives with his mother, and he struggles to support his daughter financially, right?
Oh
There's
yeah.
another
Yeah.
person that was the former head of an investment team at a securities company. And yeah, he's wanted by the police currently because he stole money from his clients, and he's racking up a massive debt from bad investments. Another person is a police officer, but he sneaks into the game to find his missing brother. So he wasn't necessarily there to play the game, but for another reason. And then there's another lady. She's a North Korean defector, and she enters the game to pay for a broker who can rescue her parents across the border, right? And also to buy a house for her reunited family to live in. Then there's this elderly man with a brain tumor who prefers playing the game as opposed to waiting to die in the outside world. Guys, bear this guy in mind because he's going to come up later towards the end of this podcast, right? They also have another guy who's a gangster, like, boop, boop, this
Oh,
guy.
that gangster. Oh, that gangster.
What? He enters the game to settle his massive gambling debts, including money that he stole from his boss and underlings. Then there's also a migrant worker from Pakistan who enters the game to provide for his young family after his boss refuses to pay him for months. If you're from a certain country in the world, you know how they just be like, the government just be holding your salary for months. Yes, so you can relate, eh?
It's not. It's
Can you
not even
relate?
only government right now. Like even some private
Even private,
sectors
what?
trying.
You don't
I'm
mean it.
telling you, honestly, honestly.
Boo Boo Economy. I don't want to call the real name before they come and just catch me. Uncle Boo
They'll put you in the real Squid Games though.
And also, there's another person. Yeah, she's quite something. She's a loud, manipulative woman, and she never really had a real reason for entering the game, right? But she just keeps on boasting that she's been charged 5 times for fraud, as in, the people that like to just shalaye, like, look at me, or more gangster than me, blah blah blah. So anyway, so she basically is a con artist generally. So yeah, that's that. Let's
In
carry on.
summary, yeah.
Yeah. So you can carry on. You may
Okay, so
carry
yeah,
on.
basically, so all of this, yeah, all these characters are all, put in the same place, and obviously it's a recipe for disaster at the very
Mm-hmm.
start. So everybody's there and they're all thinking about how this game is going to play out. And first episode, they tell them the rule of the game. It's they give them their challenge, and they're like, what happens if you fail? And they're like, you die. Like, basically that was it. They're like, this is the there was no introduction. And a lot of people were still
Yeah.
skeptical, a lot of people were still in
Mm.
denial. They're like, you can't even,
Mm.
like, this can't be real now, can it? And then before, so like the game starts, and then they're like, if you're not playing, step aside. But nobody's stepping aside, and then it's assumed everybody's playing.
Mm.
And a lot of people died. Like, at the
They
very
never
beginning, a lot
aspirated.
of people.
They never
Nobody. I'm
aspirated.
so serious. Like, it was shocking. Like I was watching it, and I think my Pringles was like, I was about to try, and I was like, what? Like, they died. Like, they really died.
They
So
died. Ah.
they died. So I'm like, okay. So I mean, from episode one, I was already caught up. I was already all on
Mm.
some. Okay, let's see how they're going to survive then. So basically, it's all of that. There's a series of challenges where the competitors have to go through, and they're all competing for a shit ton of money. But at the same time, they're risking their lives for real, for real. It's like, you talk about a make or break moment. That's what that
Yeah.
episode is. Like, that's
Yeah.
what the
True.
whole show is about.
Yeah,
And
and bear in mind that the
yeah.
games they were playing were games they played as children in their country, right? Yeah.
The
So.
whole red light, green light, some other
Mm.
games that we're probably not adjust enough to know, or all of
Mm.
that.
Oh my days.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna talk about our favorite characters and why. For me, it's pretty much more or less the entire cast. At some point in time, they're my favorite. At some point in time, but I'll let you go first and tell us like what.
Yeah.
So who's your favorite, or which of them were your favorite? Why did you like them and blah?
What's his name? So my
Which one?
favorite my favorite character was the one with the one that was supposed to be some big shot businessman, and I
Mm,
think it's
mm,
Cho, yeah, I think so. He was some big shot businessman. His friend thought he was some big shot businessman, and to an extent, he did have a good job and a supposed good life, but he had just run it down by bad decisions. And he
mm,
was in deep. He was neck deep in debt, and also the whole pressure of keeping up appearances. Everything was, at least from what they portrayed, was his life was falling apart. So he gets
mm.
into the game. He gets into the game, and I don't know if he's lucky to be in the game, or it's just whatever it is. He's in the game, and I see why. What I actually like about him is because, quite frankly, his storyline was not so different from modern day. It's a lot of people have their jobs going on and try and make it seem like it's all good, but they're just, how do I explain it? They're a bad
Keeping up
decision away from
appearances.
losing. Yeah, and they're
Mm,
struggling so hard to keep up their parents, and it's just
mm,
it just feels overwhelming sometimes. It just feels like they're
it's the rat
drowning. It
race.
feels like,
Rat race.
you know. So
Mm,
anyway, he had gone past that point. Apparently, it wasn't a feeling anymore. He was drowning now at this point. and everybody
Mm-hmm.
around him still thought he had it together. So this was his shot, or at least he thought it was his shot or his chance to get back on track, and he was literally risking his life for that. So in all of that, I could see that he was still trying to maintain this persona that people had about him. And apparently, obviously he must have had the same persona about himself for him to still be struggling over time to keep it. You understand? He tried to play by the rules, while there was some chaos ensuing. You could see he was stepping aside from it. He was outside of it, but still at the same time he was in the game. He was like a ruthless player. It was like, these are the rules of the game. I'm gonna stick by them. I'm gonna abide by them, even though the game. I mean, seriously, what kind of game are you gonna be playing that's gonna cost you somebody's life, or you're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
responsible for the death of someone? But somehow you're trying to still make sense of it because of how bad your situation is, and at some point you just thinking about yourself and be like, okay, as long as I can get through this, I can make it out. You're thinking about yourself and the possibility of rising above it all. So I liked him personally because of how he adhered to the rules, and still tried to maintain himself as well. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously I don't want to put in any spoilers and go on to the end, but for me, that bit was what got me interested in him. It's like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
as long as it's the game, I can be ruthless, but once it's outside the game, I can find myself being a human again. And I thought that was interesting because in the corporate
Mm-hmm.
environment you're going to find a lot of people like that. it's, it's so
Mm-hmm.
funny how people in the
So
office
dog
are,
eat
are,
dog
are a
eat dog
particular
world.
person.
Yeah.
And then outside of the office, they're completely different individuals. Like, wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Nice. So for me, number one is Jang Yoksu. Gangsta. What up, blood? What up? What up, gangsta? I wish I could
Who?
remember
The
the name of that song.
gangster?
Yeah, gangsta, gangsta loving.
Why? Okay,
Yeah.
now I
Why
really have to
not?
know why, because
Yeah.
what?
So in the beginning, yeah, in the beginning,
In the Beningin.
in the beginning, I was like, what's wrong with this one? Just irritates me. Get out, irritates me. But as time now went on, I started to find him interesting and intriguing. Why? Because I can be troublesome, I can be stubborn. Like sometimes I was seeing some things that I can do. Because one time I think something happened, and he just started laughing in a mischievous way. He was doing some things, so I was seeing myself. I was like, oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that Dennis the Menace side of him was what I was like able to relate to, and I was like, oh, so funny. Just like doing the most for no reason, just for the banter, just for the
Yeah.
laughter, right? So that was the part of him that I really liked. I also like that woman that was always calling him baby.
Oh, not a chance. That was
Yeah,
that was my worst
yes,
character in all of them. I
yeah,
was
yeah. She was
tired of
annoying.
her.
She was annoying. But there were one or two scenes I liked her, especially the scene where she killed him and herself. I was like, okay, fine.
Whoa! Spoiler
Boom.
alert.
I'll spoil it. I choose violence. Violence. I'm here to spoil the show for you guys, yo. Who sent you? I meant to have been watching Squid Games since now. You don't still watch it to now. You see? Do you see? Do you see why I like this gangster guy, this Jack Johnson?
I did
This
like
is totally something he
I was
can do.
so that no, no. Oh, like for me, the gangster guy was just there was a whole lot of stuff that he did that was just so unnecessary. And I was like,
Mm.
I'm not even kidding. If I was there, I would have probably done the same thing that chick did. Just like it didn't even have to be that personal for me. I'd have probably just found a way to get rid of him. Because I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh my gosh. I also kind of liked the guy that you mentioned as well. Cho. Was it Cho? Or
Yeah,
was it
yeah,
Cho?
yeah.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
I don't know if
Can
that
I
was his
see his
name.
name?
Yeah, Cho Sang-woo. Yeah, yeah. So I like him.
Yeah.
I like the way that he carries himself. I like a classy man, I like yeah, your
Mm-hmm.
man looks like a speck and then some. Come over
Yeah,
here, sit
put
down
some
next to me.
respect on my
Yeah.
name. Like,
Put some respect on
definitely.
that name, boo. Yeah, I like that kind
He's
of.
like,
I like.
even if I'm going down, I'm gonna go down in style.
Yeah, do you know
Like
what
hold
I
your
mean?
head
Do you
up
know what
to
I
the
mean?
very end.
Do you know
I
what I
had
mean?
respect for him. I had respect
Yeah,
for
I
him.
like it classic. I don't be liking tacky. I mean, like in terms of like um my spec kind of thing. I can be friends with any kind of person. I no, that's actually I take that back. I take that back. I can just like, okay, this person is a human being. Shall we? In terms of attraction, I don't be finding
Hmm.
basic guys attractive. I like a certain type of like classic carriage vibe. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Anyway, moving on. And
Yeah.
what was your favorite scene and why?
Oh, my favorite scene. What was my favorite scene? You know what? Yeah, my favorite scene was when Cho pulled a fast one on the Asian bloke, like the guy from, is it Bangladesh or where was he from?
Mm, favorite? Oh, that was a painful scene. Oh.
I know, that's why I was like, because that was when, that was when I realized, hold on, he's not who I thought he was.
You never expected it.
I never, it was a shock. I said, wait a hot minute. What exactly is going on here? Like, I was in, will I say shock, pain, disappointment? It was just a whole mix of emotions because at that point, do you know what rock bottom seems like? Do you get like,
Mm,
I think he could see himself hitting rock bottom by his decision, but at the same
mm,
time, still trying to justify his decision. Like you could still make sense of it, but it was because it was in the confines of the game. I mean, that's thinking outside the box if you think about it. It is thinking outside
mm.
the box, but I mean that was just, as far as I'm concerned, that was next to that gangster behavior, gutter
Now that
behavior.
you mention it, yeah. Well, now that you mention, actually, I'm thinking about it because sometimes in life, in this scam of an adulthood, man,
Yeah.
sometimes you just be faced with some choices. You be like, man,
Yes.
or
Yes.
you're every man for himself, man. Every
I'm
man for
telling you,
himself. What? Facts,
that was
so
the
facts is
height.
facts.
I'm telling you, because it's like, I have this saying of, try as long as you can look yourselves, as long as you can still look at your reflection. I don't think he would have
Mm,
been able to look at his reflection afterwards. He's
mm,
gonna
mm,
try. And at that point, there's certain decisions you make in life that break you. You get, and that was one of them. I like the
man, not
fact
big
that
decision, no. You make a decision, you now win billions. Break you again, eh? You just say a bad thing,
exactly.
but break you, man. Oh, break my
For
heart. Say I'm rich again. I'm a billionaire in South Korean money.
well, I mean, a lot of people want to make money, but what do you want? What do you want to do with the money? Who do you want to be when you make that coins? You understand? I think
Mm,
because you're gonna have to try and reinvent yourself if you lose the person you were gonna you've been trying to be. So
mm,
I mean
mm,
that's my take. I mean, hey, I'm trying to get these coins as well. I'm definitely trying to get these coins as well. For
yeah.
I'm still trying to be me while I get the coins. That's how
Mm,
I see it.
mm, yeah. So for me, what's my
My
favorite
two
scene? It's
cents.
actually nice. It's two scenes for me. It's the one where the con artist lady like put her hand around that guy. As in, the guy knocked her in the bathroom. Oh. You knock someone. You now still
Yes, now.
attitude. Are you mad, bro? We die here. We die
What do
here.
you mean? Why do you feel obligated because we knocked? Look, man,
Yes,
he came, she
yes,
came.
yes. I said it
It
with my
was a
twist. Yes,
mutual, it was a
very, very yes.
mutual
It was
knock.
money that is money mutual. They
It
made
was
an
a
agreement.
mutual knock.
This knocks,
Which
this knocks is for us being teammates to the end. He now did that one. Pew, next thing. Boom. How you think I'm gonna get away with it? Never that.
so
He did the right
no,
thing.
no, no, no. At the end of the day, we
Yeah,
stop
very,
knocking, we
very good
stop
for
being
him.
teammates. I think that's only a fair bargain. It's not like we stop
Mba.
knocking, you kill me. Come, what's that about?
Yeah,
What is that
yeah,
about?
yeah, 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 yeah. He wants to chop and clean mouth. No, if you drink water, drop cup. No, that's not how to share with the big boys. Yeah, she did right. Nonsense. Eh? So that's one
Okay,
of my
okay,
favorite scenes. My other
okay.
favorite
And
one
your
is the
second
one
one?
where, yeah. So my other favorite one is where Seung Gi Hoon, the lead actor, where he punched
Okay.
the husband of his ex-wife, right? You know where the guy came out and tried to give him money and then said,
Really?
"Oh, can you stay for my family?" That's they give me, punched him,
Oh,
knocked him to
right,
the floor.
right,
I really like that scene, man. Are you mad? Are you mad? Hey, you want to come and stunt on me? If I
man.
slap you, you'll fall back. You will fall all the way, motherfucking back, man. All the way to the back, 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 back.
But the
Yeah, so I was
main
proud of that. Like
character
he
was
needed
just
the
a
money, but
hot mess.
you needed the what?
I said the main
What?
character was a hot mess, man. He
He
definitely
was a
needed to
hot
be in
mess,
that
but
Squid
in that
Games.
moment, I respected him because I feel like it was a bit, not even a bit. It was a lot insulting. Like, oh yeah, I know you need money. Here's money. Stay away from my family. Are you mad? Go away.
Yeah, like
Anyway,
they're trying to buy you out.
yeah, no way, man. I'll take the money, shall, but I'll still punch you. I'll take the
Yeah,
money.
there's
As in, I was
actually
like,
a Yoruba saying, there's actually a Yoruba saying about that. It's like if you want to reject money, you take the money and reject the money while it's in your pocket. I mean, I don't know how it translates, but true
so
story.
much
This
for
is
me,
it
so much
is
for me.
actually
Yeah, no.
I'm like,
So
wow,
I
I'm gonna
respect.
apply that.
Yeah, I respected him for punching the guy, but I was like, bro, did you just throw that money on the ground? Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up,
I'm
man,
like,
pick
take it and
it
cuss him out, bro. Like, yeah, that money stay with me, man.
up. I see that. I cannot come and suffer to suffer. I cannot insult me. I'll also be broke. But oh my
you know.
days. So it's who are you rooting for and why? For me, it was the lead actor,
Um,
and of course, he had a daughter that he wanted to get to in America and blah blah. So yeah, because obviously this
yeah,
stupid new husband of his ex-wife now moved to America or whatever. So his entire everything was just up and going. So I could imagine what his life would be like. He's made a mess of his life. He's been gambling, made like horrible decisions, and the one thing that gives him joy or whatever, his daughter is now being taken away. So I was really rooting for
yeah.
him to win.
Well, I mean, for me, I was actually rooting for three people. I was rooting for the girl who was trying to pay for her family's immigration and all
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah.
I was rooting for the lead character, obviously. I think, they both had a lot to lose. And I was also rooting for Joe, my man. I
More
think
rooting for everybody. Pick a struggle in life, because
I no, I could really no, because see for sure, yeah. I mean, obviously, I hope we never find ourselves in the Squid Games, but
mm,
I could see, how easy somebody could get to that point. Like, you
mm,
think you have it all together, you get up, you go to your 9 to 5, and then one bad decision on the other just keeps leading you further and further away from where you're trying to be. And then you get this one shot. It's like Eminem said in the 8 Mile. Is you only get one shot to not miss your chance to blow. Because opportunity comes once in a lifetime. So his
yeah.
opportunity had come, and he was looking, and he was just holding on. You've tried so hard, and this is that make or break moment. This is
Mm,
it.
mm, mm.
This you can, if you can just get through this, you can just turn a blind eye on everything you did and just get your act together and decide to be who you choose to be. But at the end of the day, I think, from me, to be fair, what I learned from all of that is like, we are who we choose to be, regardless of our circumstances. I don't think we should let our circumstances define us. Because, in a sense, I just thought, especially after what he did to the Afghan guy or something, I was like, I mean, does that mean that's who he is? Or was it because of the
Mm.
circumstance he found himself in?
From
You
Pakistan.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, after yeah, sorry, from Pakistan, my bad. So after all said and done, even if you do win and you get all that money, I mean, that's still gonna be a part of you eventually. Do you
Mm.
understand? So if you're faced in that situation, because I
It's
say
not a part
this,
of you. Maybe
no,
speak for
I mean,
yourself another
obviously,
day. It's
what are
not
you?
a
Are
part
you
of
Joe?
me.
Are you Joe?
I'm gonna
Are
therapize it
you
away.
Joe?
I'll even
No, but my
I
point
can even
is,
use one whole billion to therapize it away. Yeah.
No, no, it's not about therapy for you. If you are facing the same situation again,
Mm,
you're most likely going to make the same decision because that is what you know. That is what has
mm,
gotten you so far. Do you get what I mean?
mm,
Like we only make decisions that we've tried and tested. You understand? So that's
mm.
pretty much it for me. You know, we just
Okay.
stick to what we
Okay.
know.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Guys, so now we're gonna take the break time, and so now that we've pretty much touched like the intro, our favorite stuff about it, and blah and blah and blah, we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're just gonna talk about a bunch of things about like, um, as Kay already started, how what it says about a person, right? I'm gonna try and relate it to society and how people think and blah. Okay, so stick with us and Kasha, see ya later.
그럼 시작합니다. 무궁화 꽃이 피었습니다. 무궁화 꽃이 피었습니다.